Jay-Z released a rap today. I'll just quote, I turned Havana into Atlanta, boy from the hood, I got White House clearance. Obama said, quote, chill, you gonna get me impeached. You don't need this expletive anyway, chill with me on the beach.
I guess nothing rhymes with treasury.
I done turned Havana to Atlanta. Wide Barrett shirts and bandanas. Every tiny thing that got me, I switched the planner. Bulletproof this radio scanners. Ballin' to they banners. You getting too much bread, they try to jam you. Boy from the hood but got White House clamors. Sorry y'all, I don't agree with y'all parents. Politicians never did shit.
And welcome to the news with the Next Generation News Junkies. I'm Tyrone Happer.
And I am Bryant Clark.
And this is where the magic happens.
Sometimes.
The world stopped and took a moment of silence when Great Britain's first and only female Prime Minister, Lady Margaret Thatcher, aka the Baroness, suffered a stroke and died last week. Now, she was quite the polarizing and controversial figure. The Brits might remember her for being a staunch defender of traditional conservative values, and the Americans will definitely remember her for being one of our closest allies in the 80s. And Reagan said that she could also make a mean grilled cheese, but that's never been confirmed.
To be honest with you, we can only remember her for one thing and one thing only. She had the audacity,
the stone,
to call our visionary, our inspiration, our hope, our dream maker, Nelson Mandela, a terrorist.
That's right. Now, we decided to do a little bit of research, and I figured that the only way to solve this is a side-by-side comparison. So here's what we found out. Nelson Mandela spent years locked away as a political prisoner and rose above all odds to become president of his country.
Margaret Thatcher will spend years dead.
Now, Nelson Mandela continues to be an inspiration and a symbol of equality and freedom for all around the world.
Margaret Thatcher continues to be dead.
At 94 years old, Nelson Mandela is alive.
Margaret Thatcher, dead. It should be obvious to you who has won this bout. You see, Margaret Thatcher, you may have taken a few rounds in the 80s, but it is clear who holds the title.
Oh, sure, conservatives loved you, and you might have convinced them that you were tough, but for someone who's nicknamed the Iron Lady, it's pretty apparent which one of you was hard enough to deal with the trials of the 21st century.
Now, we told Nelson Mandela about this analysis that we had going, and he had only one thing to say.
Right.
Now, I'm paraphrasing here, but suck it, Maggie!
Just when compromise, unity, and equality were this close to being permanently solidified in mainstream America's collective consciousness, someone had to go and fuck it all up. Country star Brad Paisley has done a duet with former rapper turned actor turned irrelevant person LL Cool J on a track called Accidental Racist. Now, although we couldn't obtain an audio sample, the lyrics have been posted online. Some of the most controversial lyrics are, quote, if you don't judge my do-rag, I won't judge your red flag. And I'm proud of where I'm from, but not everything we've done. It ain't like you and me can rewrite history. Now, I'd be lying if I said that our country didn't have some issues to work out as far as race is concerned, but it seems kind of naive to compare institutionalized racism with disliking someone's outfit. It's even more naive to think that all these problems can be fixed with a simple song. I don't have a problem with embracing our differences or even recognizing them. It's just that it shouldn't be done on a whim or to sell a record. Take us, for example. Okay, as a black guy, I'm willing to acknowledge that Bryant's people will probably never take responsibility for their past. And besides, blacks are just one group on the long list of people white America has exploited and taken advantage of.
Yeah, you know, like in a similar way, I don't hold it against black people that you all smell like Burger King.
Regardless, you see, we can acknowledge our differences and we're willing to move past them to find common ground.
Yeah, like we all have to deal with Long Islanders.
Exactly.
Sesame Street, once again, is in the news for molesting children.
What?
That's true.
I like Elmo.
Elmo is who 2.5-year-old Samai Karada now prefers. He's given up on Cookie Monster after the fuzzy, foul-mouthed character cursed and screamed at his mother and pushed her stroller on Sunday in Times Square. Parmita Karada was with her 2 young sons when she says her husband left them to go to the ATM so he could tip the characters who they'd just taken a picture with. But apparently he didn't get back fast enough for the impatient Cookie Monster, who started shouting, and not the ABCs.
They are a scourge on the city. I just wish that there was someone who could rise to the occasion in Manhattan.
In a revealing and emotional interview with the New York Times, former Congressman Anthony Weiner said that he is strongly considering a run for the New York City mayor position. Now, you may remember Weiner from Creeping Out America back in 2011 when he made the rookie mistake of tweeting a picture of his junk to 45,000 of his followers. Now, his brother assures us that he's a lot less douchey than he was when we knew him back then. And recent polls suggest that New Yorkers are willing to forgive him for his transgressions. Most people obviously aren't. Take a look.
Do we remember the grotesque pictures he took of himself? Is that the brand of man we want representing New York? Are there no other Democrats to run for mayor of New York? Maybe someone with a little better moral compass? Please, tell me you agree with me here.
Sounds like that guy's got a point. You remember Mark Sanford, the guy from South Carolina? The one who disappeared for a few days? He was the guy who confused Appalachia with Argentina, decided to cheat on his wife. And this guy, and he's gonna ask us if we forgive him. I mean, what are the chances that a guy like that is totally... Wait, hold on. He ran in the primaries? Well, he didn't win, though. He did win. Against 16 other people. Ah, gee. You know what, Tony? Fuck it. Go for it, kid. Good luck.
In its continued threat of South Korea, North Korea has moved missiles into position to strike major South Korean cities.
North Korea this morning shows no signs of backing down, moving a mobile missile launcher to its east coast, a sign of a planned test fire or a preemptive strike. The missile could hit Japan as well as U.S. bases in Okinawa and Guam.
But what North Korea fails to realize is that they are not the only crazy ones at the table. Kim Jong-un, this is a PSA. Listen, I don't know if you realize we were skull-fucking third world countries before you were even born, and we've become very, very good at it. Have you seen CNN recently? We are retarded crazy. We shoot each other because we get bored. Imagine what would happen if you gave us a good reason to shoot somebody. England, our mommy and daddy, they wrote the book. We did the editing. Speaking of literally writing the books on shit, let's talk about nuclear weapons. You have one. Are Enola Gay? Literally the only inanimate object that you can justifiably call gay is more badass than you will ever be. Okay? It drops bombs. So please, 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 I'm begging you. I dare you, strike South Korea. This is America signing off!
President Obama found himself in hot water after comments he made regarding California District Attorney Kamala Harris.
He says you have to be careful. First of all, she is brilliant and she is dedicated and she is tough and she's exactly what you'd want in anybody who is administering the law and making sure that everybody is getting a fair shake. She also happens to be by far the best looking attorney general in the country.
At first, people were outraged and they demanded that President Obama apologize for his insensitive comments. But once we collectively as a nation removed the sticks out of our asses, we decided it would be better to focus on more pressing issues.
You know what? Maybe you have. But the most powerful man on earth is sitting there objectifying women. It's not right. You know, I thought that the feminist movement would have done something, but you know what? This just isn't working anymore.
Well, listen, Brian, dude, you're killing me. Here, have a Snickers.
Why?
Because you get a little feminazi when you're hungry. better.
Well, that's it for us here at Next Gen News Junkies. Until next time, I'm Brian Clark.
And I'm Tyrone Hepburn.
On this day in history, the Apollo 13 mission launched.
The U.S. sent its first troops to southern Vietnam.
And Bob Dylan played his first venue in New York City. Well, goodbye, stupid bird babes. While you're safe, farewell.
Stay up.
Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why I bet. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why I bet. If you don't know by now,